it, and it's actually Edna Kiplagat, who was sitting back there in third for quite a part of it, making the running. And certainly I think Flanagan has really, it's probably going to come to an end here. I think her attempts at winning it, although it's a great debut, she may be able to fight back, but I think this is a significant break from Kiplagat.
Yes, as so happens in the marathon, when you do find yourself struggling, those gaps open up very quickly, and I suppose that's only exaggerated when you have to cope with the ups and downs of Central Park. And when you're trying to draw comparisons with athletes, well, Flanagan so far, her greatest achievements on the road have been at the half marathon. Well, as a half marathon runner, she's actually 2 minutes slower than Mary Keitany. Keitany, who's the best in the business at the moment at that distance, although she now finds herself just behind Edna Kiplagat. But two Kenyans out in front, and they would appear to have the women's title between them. Well, let's just talk for a moment or two about the men's race on the right there. Gebra Mariam. He's covered and responded to every move. At least two of them have been made by Mutai, and they've been quite emphatic when he's made them. But at the moment, we have yet to see Gebra Mariam slip into top gear. We've seen Mutai do it twice. I guess the question is, how much has it taken out of him? But Mutai, a vastly experienced distance runner, particularly at the marathons, and he's got a tremendously consistent run of performances as well. If we just look at them, Chicago finished 5th there in 2008. In London, he's finished 2nd. That was this year. 4th in 2009, 4th in 2008, and he was, of course, runner-up at the World Championships in Berlin last year. But now Kiplagat making a move.
I think we could see there that Kiplagat has actually just started to break away, and we can see that Keitany was struggling. And in fact, Flanagan looked like she was really attacking to try and catch up Keitany there. So, but certainly Kiplagat has made a move. Whether it's a winning move or not, but certainly Keitany is under attack for second place from Flanagan. So this could be the significant moment. The two debutants certainly running really well up to this point, but not quite the experience of the actual marathon runner or the seasoned marathon runner. And we can see now that this lead from Kiplagat looks like it could be the winning lead.
Yes, and she's had a very busy 2010 already. You can see that lifetime best set at the Los Angeles Marathon this year, which she won in 2:25:38. But in shorter races as well, she's had a good winning sequence in a 15-kilometer race in the States. She ran 47:57 as part of her preparation here as she won the Steamboat Classic, the 4-miler. That she won in just inside 20 minutes, so showing there that she's got good speed in the legs as well. But it is the ability she has to keep going for almost 2.5 hours, which has taken her clear here, and in the end has made the difference between herself and Mary Keitany. And now Keitany slipping back, and she'll have a battle to hold on to second place. The Kiplagat, very tall figure, she looks quite powerful, but at the moment she's also looking quite comfortable as well.
Yeah, she looks full of running. I think obviously the timing of the break for her, she's it's been significant. You know, as you get into the last few kilometers and you've got rolling hills, the tiredness in the legs is much greater, and she's waited her moment and she's made the break. And I think really it's going to be the biggest battle is going to be for second place. As you can see, we have Flanagan right next to Keitany there.
Well, here's an interesting little aside about Edna Kiplagat. She picked up $145,000 for winning the Los Angeles Marathon, but she also picked up a $100,000 bonus because she was actually the first athlete across the line. What they did at that event was the organisers gave the elite women an 18-minute start. And what they did was they added this bonus in, an extra $100,000 to whoever gets across the line first. And well, that was quite a handsome payday, $250,000.
Good old days of handicap racing coming back into fashion.
Well, it is, isn't it? It is handicapped by gender. Anyway, in the men's race, look at this. Gebra Mariam still looking relaxed on the right. Emmanuel Mutai is a glorious move. And they look over their shoulder there. Kwambai, well, the camera angle rather foreshortens, I think, that gap. but it does suggest that these men cannot rely on the fact this is just going to be a duel, because Kwambai, third fastest man in history, is working his way bit by bit back into this race, and consider they still have about another 15 minutes to go.
I think they've been focusing on each other. I've noticed that Gebre Mariam has been looking round, but I think, you know, when you've got the third fastest man in history behind you, you know that he can run a good marathon. He's certainly been working to try and get back onto these two. They've been running, focusing on each other, and that may have just slowed the pace slightly.
So Gebre Mariam nearest to the picture there, to the camera. Mutai over on the far side. And James Kwambai, whose marathon career started in the northern Italian city of Brescia back in 2006, at the age of just 20, when he ran just outside 2:10. Well, Kwambai working his way bit by bit back into this race.
Looks like the gloves are finally coming off here for the battle at the end.
And you also get a sense that maybe Kwambai, well, what's that, 20 meters, 25 meters, something like that. But the almost a quite exaggerated way with which he threw away those gloves does rather suggest that Gebre Mariam has got plenty beneath the bonnet. Well, Kiplagat is now Flanagan in the background, has moved into second place in the women's race. But they now, as she moves around the southern end of Central Park, she'll be turning right quite shortly into the closing stages. She's inside, I would have thought, the last 3 minutes now. Flanagan, who's been urged on by a patriotic American crowd. She's got herself in the second place ahead of Mary Katani. There you can see Kiplagat.
Yeah, it's good running at this stage. You can see that she's made the break. It's good running. She's into the, like you said, the last kilometre. She's getting lifted by the crowd. She knows that she'll see the big finish banner fairly soon. She's probably got another bend or two to go around before she actually sees that. She's got a lead which is significant, considering that she's running so strongly. So I think there's no doubt she's going to win this race, and she's just waiting to turn another bend or so and then see that finishing banner to give her that lift that she's so richly deserved here with this fantastic run. And obviously for the locals, Flanagan at this moment looks like she's getting the better of the battle for second place.
Well, there is Flanagan, and she's still striding out. It's been a tremendous debut from the American, and Kiplagat here is not that experienced in terms of marathon running herself. When she won in Los Angeles earlier this year, it was just her second marathon, but she's now on her way here to winning her second marathon of 2010. Edna Kiplagat is going to do this in fine style. 2:25.38 was her winning time, her lifetime best. In Los Angeles, she's already passed that, but winning in New York, as Haile Gebrselassie said on the run-up to the race, is not about recording times, it's about winning New York. That's enough. It's one of the great titles to win in track and field athletics. Winning a New York marathon, and this is going to be Edna Kiplagat's moment. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see there, well, Kwambai appears to have slipped behind, but no doubt about who's going to be the women's champion. Edna Kiplagat, who lives in Eldoret in Kenya, which is the home of so many of the leading Kenyan distance runners. At the age of 31, has found her best form, her second marathon victory of the year, and she's left behind her an outstanding field. You could just see there the way her stride shortened and she leant forward that little bit more. Just another of those little climbs in the road through Central Park. But that is pretty much the last. It has been, as we had expected, a negative split. Quite a significantly faster second half to this New York Marathon. But she's going to run in the 2:28. Edna Kiplagat, the winner in Los Angeles on the West Coast, is now a champion on the East Coast. 2:28.20 or thereabouts a winning time. And it's a tremendous debut from the American Shalane Flanagan. And she's going to come in second place. A tremendous performance. And Mary Keitany, whose stride has shortened significantly, the world's best half marathon runner, is going to finish third on her marathon debut.
But I think overall good runs from the two debutants. Not quite good enough to beat Edna Kiplagat. But we have another debutant in the men's marathon who is also looking very strong and looking like he could even be the winner here today.
So Kenya 1 and 3, the United States finishing in second place, and Shalane Flanagan, well, showing what a versatile competitor she is. Mary Keitany, well, the way she finished did rather suggest that on this occasion the full 26 miles, 385 yards, just certainly 2 or 3 miles too long for her, but she will have her day surely in the future. Flanagan, well, at last a smile for the new champion. You can see Kim Smith has also come through, the New Zealander, so it was a good run for her as well.